Alright, today, the first meal I'm going to make this week out of my plated box is the Malaysian fish curry with yellow rice, because it's the one I was most looking forward to because I love coconut curries. And so I have tilapia, which is fish, and then we're going to look and see what all the ingredients are inside this package. So, green beans, can of light coconut milk, ginger, jasmine rice, the spice mix, which is turmeric and onion powder, a shallot, red curry paste. I love red curry. I love curry. But curry and coconut milk, it's like I'm happy all the time. Okay, and a lime. So we are going to go ahead and get started. Pretty simple ingredients. So the first step on the card is to start the rice. So what they want to do is we're going to heat up a little oil in this pan. The card says to use canola oil for this, which is probably a good idea because I think olive oil wouldn't quite, it would have a little different flavor in Asian food. So we're going to heat up a half a tablespoon of canola oil in the pan. That's about half a tablespoon. And we are going to heat that up, and we're going to stir in the rice and cook it until it's just kind of shimmer. So we're going to cook it before we add the water. It's 3/4 cup jasmine rice. And the spice mix. And this is what is going to turn that rice yellow. And we're going to cook this in the oil for 1 or 2 minutes just to get it coated. Okay. Yellow rice. So I'm going to turn that down, and we are going to add 1 1/4 cup water to that. When I cook rice, I always add just a hair more water than they say. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That way I have some give. You know, because, you know, I don't want to burn the rice. 1 cup, and we're going to add another 1/4 cup. And it says also to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Stir that. And we're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to put the lid on it and reduce it to a simmer and cook for 15 minutes. Okay, while I'm waiting for that rice to come to a boil, I'm going to start preparing the other ingredients. So, take a look at my green beans. So, it says to trim and discard the ends. So, they give a little pointer to line these all up. So this actually works pretty good. Or you can just do one at a time. I hear the rice cooking. Back to the green beans. You know, I'm kind of worried about these green beans, the quality of these green beans. They feel a little hollow, so I hope they aren't too stringy. If they're too stringy, I'll have to write a letter or send an email. I don't even know. I mean, are green beans even in season right now? I mean, it's February. I don't know. I wonder where these were grown. Oh, I need the big onion. I forgot one thing. Scallion. Alright. We are going to thinly slice the scallion. And we're going to have the lime. Just to set aside 1/2. And to cut the other one in wedges. We need it for 2 different steps. We are going to trim and discard the skin of the ginger. So, how to peel ginger. So, now, that's all we gotta do. So we're also just gonna put this in there whole. So I need to cut that up. So that's easy. Sometimes I've used ginger in recipes and like you want to shred it. If you shred it on the side of a vegetable shredder, you don't necessarily have to peel it because the peel will stay on the outside. I learned that once. Alright, we're going to peel shallot and thinly slice into rings. Alright, that is everything in step 2. Alright, step 3. We're going to heat half a tablespoon of oil in this pan right here. Now we're going to make the aromatics, which are all the things that make it taste really good. So we're going to heat that oil up and then we're going to add the shallot. We're going to cook the shallot for 2 or 3 minutes. Now we're going to add the red curry paste. It says to not add all of it if you don't want it too spicy, but it's really what adds a lot of the flavoring to this. And so, and it's just a little bit, but I am going to add it all because it's really good. But I like spice, and so does my husband, so we maybe have really runny noses. But we're going to throw that in there. It's not cooperating with me. Oh yeah, it's spicy. That's gonna be good though. Okay, it's starting to get all over the shallot. Oh, that's hot. But clear up any sinus problem. We're going to add the whole ginger knob in there, and then we're going to put in the coconut milk. So I just got to open. I'm going to turn that off while I open my coconut can. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and just whisk in all of this coconut milk, and we are going to bring that to a boil. Whenever we go out to Thai food, this is what I order. Anything curry. So, I'm making it myself today. So that's boiling, so I'm going to turn that down a little bit, and we're going to prepare the fish. So we're going to remove the fish from the packaging and pat it dry with a paper towel. There we go. It's good looking fish. So we're going to season the fish all over with salt and pepper. That's for the rice. So now I'm going to turn the rice off and let it sit until the dinner is ready. Just turn the heat off on that. Alright. So. Alright. Yeah, that's what we're going to add. We're going to salt and pepper the fish. Now it says what we're going to do with the fish now is we're going to add it to the pan with the coconut milk, and we're going to simmer it for 8 minutes. We're going to go ahead and cover that pan up. Well, that's the timer for the fish, so I'm going to go ahead and get it transferred out of here and onto a plate. So it says to use a slotted spoon. Timer. So I'm going to take their advice. And I think it's fine if it breaks apart, because you're just going to put it back. Actually, I'm not going to use a slotted spoon. I'm going to use my tongs. My slotted spoon doesn't work very well. Alright, so. Well, it's done, because it falls apart. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and cook this for another 4 minutes. They just want to reduce this juice down a little further. So that looks like it's thickened up quite a bit. It's not been 4 minutes quite yet, but I'm going to call that good enough. And we're going to go ahead and add the green beans and cook for another 3 minutes. I'm going to turn the heat down on this. Meowing. I think she smells the fish. She might like the fish, but I doubt she'll like the red curry paste. I don't think that's cat food. Let that cook for 3 minutes. Just gonna fluff my rice up. See, works pretty good, perfect, and it didn't burn or stick. So, but I did add a little extra water. I think I added probably 1 1/3 cup water instead of 1 1/4. I just always do that with rice. We're gonna discard that big knob of ginger because you don't want to eat that. If it were all cut up, it'd be okay, but a whole knob of ginger, that might not be that fun to eat. Add the juice of this half a lime right here. Add a bit more salt. I think we're ready to dish this up. Alright, so I'm going to put these in bowls. So it says the first thing to do is just to divide the yellow rice. And we're going to top that with the tilapia. We're going to top that. We're going to pour over the curry and the green beans. Never want to waste the sauce. I'm going to garnish that with a scallion, lime wedges on the side. And I think dinner is ready. But because I commented on the green beans in my preparation, I have to give a green bean update. And they're okay. They're not as bad as my worst case scenario fears. But you know, green beans are always tricky. Like, I don't buy them very often, even in the grocery store because like, you know, they're just, perfect green beans are delicious, but they're hard to come by sometimes. Especially if you have grown them yourself in a garden, which I have, and then you pick them fresh, and they're perfect. And so then everything has to live up to that expectation. So they're fine. That they're not as tough as I thought they might be, but they're not as delicious as a perfect green bean.